Braydin Darskii.
I'm in love with a woman who doesn't know I exist. So who's the girl? Alex G. And we'll get to that part, but the story actually starts when they kind of crushing on Rosanna Pansino and Lindsey Stirling. And so for a week I was watching a bunch of Lindsey Stirling videos, especially interview videos, and one question that came about those interviews of particular interest. They asked her, of a list of dreams and goals, what are some of the things you've accomplished in your success? And Lindsey started talking about how she got to work with Tyler Ward. I didn't know who this guy was, but I figured if Lindsey liked him, I might too. So 3 videos into this Tyler guy, I'm seeing Alex for the first time, and she is prettier than I could process. I want to do a comparison. My buddy Kendrick tells me how when Europeaners first came to America, Native Americans couldn't see the ships because they were so foreign to them. They didn't know what they were looking at and therefore couldn't visually process them. So I'm seeing Alex for the first time and the experience was just an overwhelming pretty, and I was just like, whoa! And it took me like 2 to 3 moments before I could even see Alex. But I wasn't in love yet. In fact, quite the opposite. She was so far out of my league that I would not let myself get romantically invested or think any romantic thought her way. Then I look over at Tyler. I'm like, she's 3 times out of his league too. But he's a singer. The singers always get the girl. I'm never gonna date this girl. But I still want to friend her. Okay, put her on the list. Bloop. Bloop. If any of those people look cool, you can click their face, or the YouTube links should be in the description below. I made the decision not to let myself get romantically invested into Alex. 2 weeks later, I fell in love in like the July 2015-ish. Okay, let's pause the story. I remember falling in love like it happened yesterday, but I don't remember when specifically off the top of my head it happened. I mean, I have it journaled somewhere, but I had no idea it had been over a year until my mom had pointed it out to me. Okay, let's get back to the story. So 2 weeks after seeing Alex for the first time, it's lunchtime. I'm like, what am I gonna watch while I eat? I don't know, something Alex, growing up. And somewhere in the middle of this video, I get hit with something special, and it hit me in 4 phases. Phase 1, the water balloon paintball. So if I'm square with you, 90 degrees would be my immediate right, and then add 20 degrees, and it came at me from this direction. I got hit with a massive water balloon paintball. It was a pleasant hit, no pain whatsoever. But have you ever been hit with so much force, you move a little bit? It was incredibly similar to paintball. In paintball, you know when you get hit. It's like, I'm hit, I'm hit. Phase 2, food coloring tea. When that water balloon paintball hit me, it didn't explode on the outside. Rather, it exploded on the inside of me. It was like that inner color hit me like food coloring. So when food coloring hits water, in the beginning there's kind of a rush, like a but then it slows. It eventually transforms the entirety of the cup, much like tea. Phase 3, twinkly sparkles. This next clip comes from the movie Rise of the Guardians, and if you could have seen what was happening to me, it would have looked something like this. In the movie, Jack Sparkly Twinklies mean fun, but I didn't get a fun twinkly, I got a I'm in love twinkly. It's like, yep, that did it. I'm in love. Phase 4, the experience amplifying cloud. I apologize, the cloud really wanted its own video, but in a nutshell, it made Alex's video growing up 8 times grander. And all this kind of happened to me in about 2 seconds, except for the food coloring. That took about 2 days to transform the entirety of my cup. But if you put it all together, it looked something like this. It's like, it's lunchtime. What am I gonna watch? I don't know, something Alex. How about growing up? Wow. Yep, I did it. I'm in love. I gotta tell her. Okay, how far away is Los Angeles from Portland, Oregon? "15 to 17 hours away." Ooh. But that's okay because I'm a YouTuber, she's a YouTuber. It's only a matter of time before our paths intersect, right? Pause the story. We haven't met yet. Okay, resume the story. So I tell my folks that I'm in love, but I don't tell them about the water balloon paintball experience. So 3 months later, Adelle enters my life. And there's huge clickability, huge amount of fun. We're hanging out a bunch, and my mom falls in love with her for me. And she's given me some strong motherly encouragement that I should marry her. And I'm like, Mom, I like Adelle, but I'm in love with Alex. Still? Yeah, Mom, still. Okay. She's saddened, but still loving and supportive about my decision. Adelle joins us for Thanksgiving in 2015. So let's fast forward some time. I go down to Van Nuys, California for a few months, attempting to try and get YouTube up a level. It doesn't happen. But while I'm there, I'm still, checking in with my folks once, twice a week. And the Madam Atlanta story happens December 8th, 2016. I had told my dad, but I hadn't told my mom yet. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna see my mom in less than a week. I'm just gonna tell her when I see her. So I fly back to Oregon, December 13th, 2016. And my mom's like, what's new? I'm like, Mom, last week I went to dinner and my waitress, who was absolutely gorgeous, was totally digging me and we were having a bunch of fun throughout my meal. And after the dinner, she gave me her number and she told me to text her. And then she said it again in a more serious tone, you better text me. And she would not break her gaze until I said, I'm going to. That night I get back to my hotel room and I text her, I'm in love with another woman, but I'd love to be her friend. And I haven't heard back from her, and it's been over a week. My mom flips out. Are you kidding me? Mom, calm down. No! You need to... Who's this other woman? And I could tell she did not want me to say Alex. I'm like, Mom, it's Alex. Are you kidding me? No, Mom, I'm not kidding you. How long have you been crushing on this woman? I don't know, Mom. It feels like 4 months, maybe 8. No! It's been like a year! It has not been like a year. Yes, it has! Because not this Thanksgiving, but last Thanksgiving when Adelle came over, you were not dating Adelle because you were in love with Alex! I'm like, oh. And so I'm like, in this moment, I'm awestruck in this moment. My mom keeps going, and then add 4 months on top of that! But I'm still like, oh, it's been like a year. So my mom is still fuming about this conversation for the next couple of days. Pause the story. My little sister comes home for the holidays, and one of our family traditions is Thomas Kinkade puzzles. And this year they did Pooh, and I helped with Aladdin and Little Mermaid. So anyway, back to the story. It's still a couple days after this conversation. My mom's still fuming, and I'm working on Little Mermaid. My mom comes over. So what are you gonna do about this Alex chick? Like, I don't know, Mom. I'll write her a letter. It was half sarcastic, half mom. Get out of my face and off my case. I had thought about it maybe once or twice, but I never took the idea seriously until now when it came out of my mouth. I'm like, well, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it wasn't plan A, but that's not a bad idea. And then I was actually, like, terrified of freaking out and unsure about it for the next couple of days. I'm like, God, am I really writing this letter? I'm like, oh, yes, God, I'm writing this letter. Am I really writing this letter? But the more I prayed about it, the better I felt. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's write this letter.